Welcome to another episode of At Home with Eastbrook Homes. On today's episode, you are seeing lumber prices begin to come down, but what does that mean to the housing market? Josh McGraw is here to tell us everything we need to know about the current market conditions. And as I said, my guest today, Josh McGraw, is back. And Josh, we have lowered lumber prices, so we have solved everything. This will be the quickest podcast we've ever done. Back to normal, everybody. Right? No?
Just yes? Like that. No, poof, everything's no, that's not the answer, Eric.
Yes.
Unfortunately, no. Yes, lumber prices are coming down. The futures are looking good, and we're excited to see that. The futures are futures, however. We don't buy futures, we buy today. So there's good hope out there for prices coming down. It looks good. Today's market, I'm still buying at a higher price than I want to. Lumber skyrocketed to about $1,700 per thousand board foot. We're coming back into the realm of, those 700s, high 700s. We came from 400s to 450s. So are we back to where we were? No. Are we ever going to get back to where we were? I don't think so.
Capitalism would tell me probably no. We're probably not going to go back, actually. But the thing, Josh, that I think gets lost in those stories where lumber prices are going down, everybody get ready to get off the bench, is that houses aren't just made of wood, right?
They are not. They are not just made of wood. They're made of a ton of products. And all those other products, while lumber is coming down, and we're thankful for that, all those other products are going up. So we have a bit of disparity there where lumber's doing this and everything else is doing this. So hard for us to say prices are coming down. The answer is no. We may see a flattening. We may see a leveling. We're hoping to see that. But we have joist hangers are going up because they're made of metal. Anything made of metal. Rebar is gone crazy. If you look at the metal pricing, it's ridiculous. And can we even get it? Engineered stairs are going up. My composite decking's going up. My heating and cooling, my HVAC stuff is going up. Windows have gone up. Drywall has gone up. Vinyl siding has gone up. We're petroleum based in a lot of our products, and therefore anything in that realm would be shingles as well. It is all going up. The big one for me is the electrical wire. So I wire a house, and all that wiring goes through there, pretty much all made of copper. Copper was through the roof. And so there's been an all-time high for us per house just for the wiring in your home. That's it. Nothing more has gone up $2,000.
I'm sorry. What?
Yes. $2,000 per house solely for wire. That's
but
it.
I would imagine, Josh, we've made leaps and bounds in innovation in wire in the last 24 months, right? It's way different than the wire I bought in 2018.
You'd love to think so, right?
That it would, you just set it in the middle of the house and it wires itself? Like that would be,
The self-spooling, that would be amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, it would drill all the holes for you too.
Does all the, yes.
Unfortunately, we still have to have labor involved in all that too. People have to still install those products, and labor is another rising cost. It's ever rising. We're getting it from all those products I listed, and that list goes on to plumbing, exterior trim, gutters and downspouts, my garage doors, my cabinets, my appliances, my masonry, my flooring. I mean, goodness gracious, you name it, that's all going up. And all of those products have to be installed. And when labor comes up with those, the prices just continue to rise.
So one of the things that consumers have learned either because they had to or the hard way is supply side economics, which is what we're experiencing here, right? And
Sure.
So one of the things I would love to get in your head and ask about from Eastbrook Homes perspective, are you at least seeing the supply chain sort of normal out, or is that still this quagmire that we're having a problem fixing? Because it seems, at least on the electronic side, the chip side that we've been struggling for the last 18 months, that doesn't seem to be fixing itself. So I wonder what you guys are seeing.
I wish it were a quick fix, but it is not. And so, no, the answer is unfortunately no. The supply chain is still a bit in disarray. We are still gone from, being able to get products such as cabinets from 4 weeks to now we're 14 weeks.
Wow.
And so we've just had a huge jump in the supply chain as far as our timelines to get things. We do our best. We want to try to hold people's value. Our motto is more home for your money, and that's really what we're still trying to do. That is very much harder today than it was, but that's still our mantra, and we're still trying to make that happen. But the supply chain is causing that to be difficult. And so it's not going to fix itself right away. Just like you said with the chips, it's the same thing for your windows, for your cabinets, for the siding. They kind of discontinued siding colors, saying, hey, we'll only make X colors because these are our best sellers, and that's all we can do. That does go back to the labor, labor for us as far as installation, but labor for manufacturers.
Sure.
They still can't find the people to do it. And so they're struggling. So the supply chain is not fixed, and I don't see a real bright light at the end of the tunnel. There is a glimmer, but right now it's just that. It's just a glimmer.
So what would you say to people that, as we started this podcast, what would you say to people who are thinking they're just going to sit out and wait for these prices to go back to the way they were? How should they be approaching this market?
Sure. The answer is it's still a good time to buy. And I would tell you that for those that are thinking, the housing prices are going to come down, I'll wait it out. The answer is they're not going to come down, unfortunately. We found a new level, as so to speak. People have said that new normal, which I can't say I'm a huge fan of that term. It is reality now. We've found a new level for our housing. And our hope is it will level off and continue to level off, and we won't have as many increases as we've had and dramatically as we've had. But as far as those decreasing, the answer is it's not going to happen. And so today is still a great time to buy. Rates are still great. And so really the value is still there. I would tell you if you wait it out, you're likely going to spend more down the road.
Well, and one of the things that I think gets lost in this conversation, especially around real estate and housing, is that coming out of the housing crisis, as I understand it, we didn't increase properly over the last decade anyway. So that some of that is baked in, that there is a needed inflation on top of an insatiable appetite. Would you find that to be true?
I would say that's absolutely accurate. I would have loved to seen actually our rates increase a year ago or more. We probably should have had a bit of an increase in our rates, ever so slightly to help with the inflation. And so yes, that's absolutely true.
And so, Josh, people are listening to this, and you're still seeing people who are trying to figure out, I've got a coworker who's been in that sort of rat race to buy and, continually keeps losing in that negotiation. Obviously, Eastbrook Homes is an alternative where you can have a lot more control than you would in sort of that forest of buying and selling. If people want to learn more, where is the place they should get started?
Eastbrookhomes.com is always a great spot for us to go for you to see what we can do for you. And for those of you who are still in a home search now and need that, it is still a good time to buy. So run to our website, run to eastbrookhomes.com. You can see what we have out there for you. And then it's really talking with some of our agents and, whether that be our online sales agents who can give you some great information, or our sales agents in the field. They can help you walk through that. They are professionals in this area. What we want to do is help you to get what your desires are within the budget that you have. We're still able to work within a budget. Those budgets, have gone up a little bit and may need to. And unfortunately, we've probably priced some people out of the market, not intentionally, not out of self need and wanting more money, because that's certainly not it. It is really to cover the cost. That's what's happened. We're just here covering our costs that we've incurred. But talk to your sales agent, talk to us. We're happy to walk you through it. The nice part with us is once you do get to that final step, we get you in, we get you through HCS, and you walk away going, I've got all my selections, and here's my final price. Whatever that price is for you, whether it's 350,000 or 800,000. It's really hard to be below that 350 right now, unfortunately. But your price. And even though we may still see increases that come to us, once you've done that and you've made that final decision and you've signed that dotted line and released from HCS with that number stays there. So anything that I get increases on over and above that, I eat those. We as Eastbrook eat that.
My friend, it is always a pleasure to talk to you. Have a wonderful week, and we'll check in again soon.
Hey, I appreciate it, Eric. It's always great talking with you as well.